Right. Well, welcome this afternoon. My last demo for the day, everybody. So what I'm going to show you is basically how to use the stamps. And they come on a backing acetate sheet like that, which has got the signs. So what you need to do first, you peel it off. When you buy them first, it's a bit tough, but don't get worried, they're not going to get ruined. Then you put it on your acrylic stamp holder. Get a paper ready. So here we got the inks on the rollers. So basically what this is, for the inks itself, if you have black, you need to use it straight from the container. But if you have any other color, you need to use white as the base or as the medium for it. So white makes the emulsion work, and then you can use any gel color with it, which I've done here with aqua. So once you do this, you need to have a fair bit to start off with, and then the foam gets saturated. And this will make me, I don't know, that will last the whole day. So that I don't need any more color till tomorrow. So what we do then, we roll over. So here we try not to roll it on the holder, just on the stamp if you can. And then if this would be fondant, it's paper now. Press it on there. How cute is that?
Easy.
So now I'm going to show you another one that's one of my favorites, which is this one. Because it's greasy here and we've used it all day. So that's some sort of Shakespeare font.
Can you stamp this on wafer paper?
You can stamp it on wafer paper, you can stamp it on soft fondant, you can stamp it on firm fondant. If you stamp it on wafer paper, it takes a little bit longer to dry. So for our purpose here, we just have normal paper. So put it on. If it's icing or fondant, you don't have to be that firm. It actually, one little tap like that will work. But with the paper, we have to be a bit more firm.
Okay.
So that's how it looks. Looks beautiful. That's one of my favorites. Now I'm gonna show you.
So you could stamp this on cookies too, like for royal icing?
Absolutely, you can stamp it on royal icing. You can stamp it on cookies that are not even iced. So just on a baked cookie itself, if people are more health conscious.
And you can't use regular food coloring with
No.
the roller.
So
this is a special kind of paint?
Yes. It's a special kind of color that's specially formulated to work with stamps. If I would use normal color here, it would sort of beat up. You can't use it. So the white is basically the emulsifier. So use the white for the color, and if it's black, you have to use the black itself. We also have silver and gold, which is quite pretty, but it takes a wee bit longer to dry. So I'm gonna show you this one here because this is one of my favorites as well. So this is very simple, but it's got so much potential. So it's really just a rose, but you could stamp it and paint it. You could imprint it, what I've done here. Imprint it and just paint it. Or you could imprint it and do brush embroidery.
Oh yeah.
So
use it as a guide.
As a guide, yeah. So it's really, the imagination is
So if
what
I
people
wanted
make with it.
to stamp this flower onto fondant, could I paint inside the line, and would the black run?
No, because I did that as a workshop today. It's not gonna run.
Oh, good.
But one thing is, if I stamp it on fondant and I want to paint it, I would make sure that it's dry. Like I just did this, like obviously.
Yeah, right.
Once it's dry, it's not gonna run.
Okay. So once it's dry, then you can paint.
Yeah.
Great.
But I'm not saying you have to go all over. Like it
Yeah.
may, you have to still be careful, but it's
Right.
not gonna run.
Right.
Definitely not. No.
So if I knew that I was going to paint this, I could maybe stamp with like a lighter color, like a light green or something, and so that
light
it
gray.
was.
Like, I'll show you a lovely color.
even the
for
white?
This one.
Yeah.
I think that this color here, which is a mixture of many colors, which is left over from Brisbane. Well, one good thing, I tell you something, I was demoing in Brisbane 3 weeks ago, and I kept my rollers in this. We didn't wash them, we just kept them.
And you can still use it.
And that's 3 weeks ago, like that. And they're still good. Because
good.
it would be a lot of money to wash down the drain
Yes.
if you waste all these colors.
So
here-
you could just get a roller in the colors that you use the most,
I
put a
would say
cover
so.
over it,
Yeah.
and then use it whenever you want.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like a lighter gray color.
It's like, I think I've put a bit of aqua black in last time when I did
really
it 3
pretty.
weeks ago.
My
Yeah.
mind is already thinking about
You're creating.
colors. I know. I'm already
I
creating in my
know.
mind.
So no, it's a good little product. So when you finish with it, I might just wrap it up with that anyway. When you finish, all you need to do, you put it in soapy water, wash it in soapy water, and what I usually do, I lay it flat on a tea towel, like I dry it like at home, next to the sink. Dry it on my tea towel. The next day, I put it back on my packing paper. So because when you put it back, you know that you have everything, because especially with the outfits and stuff
so you
like
store
that.
it on the backing paper. Great.
And there's another paper on top, not paper, it's actually acetate.
And the stickiness doesn't go away?
No.
Good.
It never goes away. Like, obviously it's not so
Right.
difficult to rip off, but it's there.
And you can buy these online, Amazon,
You
other
can buy it
stores.
online, definitely. It's an Australian invention. It's an Australian, invention. It's Australian
Product?
company.
Yeah.
And it's very new. It's only like 3 months old.
Wow, cool.
And I
What's the
think it's-
website?
The website, there's many different, the website is stampercake.com.
Okay.
.au, I'm not sure.
Okay.
.au.
Stampercake.com.
Stampercake.com, thank you. Stampercake.com. We also got Instagram, which is stamp_a_cake. And obviously they have a Facebook page as well.
Great.
And we're gonna see lots of amazing new
It's really
inventions.
cool. I've never seen anything like this. And actually, I remember just not too long ago, somebody in one of the Facebook groups was asking how they could get a Paris Eiffel Tower stamped on their cake, and we had all of these back and forth conversations, and the whole problem with the ink beating up, or the food coloring beating up, that was the main thing, and not being able to get a clean stamp. And then I flew from home to here, and one of the very first booths I saw at Brisbane was yours, and I was like, oh my gosh, where
There's
was
the
this
answer to my question.
a week
Yay!
ago? So we're gonna have to do some experiments with this kind of
Well,
stuff.
the other thing, I am very proud to say that I was part of the development of it. So when we did the prototypes and everything, I'm not the inventor, I'd love to, but I'm not, but I helped with some of the development, and the idea I came up with was actually to use a roller. Now, because classic stamping with the stamp pad is firstly really expensive, and you would have to have a stamp pad for every color,
Yes.
which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So when I came up with this, to just use a roller is much more economical.
Yep.
And
Are there
it's
covers
fast.
for the pad or for the containers?
These ones, technically they're disposable, but you
Okay.
can wash them.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Cool. Well, thank you so much, Anna Marie. Really
Pleasure.
appreciate you.
absolute pleasure.